everyone, welcome to Homeschool Autism Life. My name is Jamie. Today's video I wanted to share about having it all as a homeschool mom. A couple videos ago I spoke about having it all as an autistic mama, and you will find a lot of the same things apply in this category, but I wanted to speak specifically to homeschoolers because I think that there's a lot of times where when you are pouring yourself into your kids' lives, it can feel like there's not a lot left for you, your interests, the things that make you not mom. Of course, we love that role and we want to do the best job that we can, but there's times where you want to feel just Jamie. I'm just Jamie. I'm not just mom. And when you homeschool, that tends to go by the wayside because you're a mom every day, all day long. And yeah, and that's okay. It's a season in time. That's what I remind myself very regularly. For me, it might end up being way longer because my son is autistic and probably won't be able to care for himself at this point. But it's definitely one of those things where I think it needs to be discussed. So the one thing I have been blessed. I've been given or chosen I've chosen the awesome responsibility to oversee my children's education, to guide them, have a relationship with them. God saw something in me to put that in my heart and to equip me to do this work. And when I say that gives me life, that gives me a having it all experience, the reason why I can say that with confidence is because that's one of those things. Like, is there working out of the home and being just Jamie? Would that be a better job? Would that be a better thing to fill up my time? Is that more fulfilling than the job God gave me? And the answer is emphatically no, right? The other thing about that is that there's no better boss when you're talking about the principal of the school. There's no better boss that you can ever have who equips you, loves you, shows you what you need, somebody you can go to and go, I don't know what to do in this situation. Can you help me? And that might, again, like, there's a lot of times where I talk about this stuff and I wonder if there's some in the audience that just goes, okay, so you're just telling me I have to be happy with what my lot in life is, and it's not really having it all, it's a mindset thing. And every time I'm like, yeah, it pretty much is. The reason why is because having it all in the 70s and 80s was, you can be a mom and you can send your kids to school and you can have a job and you can do all of these things and be fulfilled and be happy. And yet, as time has gone on, we've seen how many times everybody has recognized that you're spreading yourself so thin that you can't do any of those jobs to a great degree. You can do the best that you can. And again, if you're somebody who works out of the home, if you're somebody who homeschools and does all of that, I am not in any way, shape, or form throwing shade on you. I think every situation is different, but I'm speaking to the ones who are staying at home, who are stuck at home. I don't know how many times I've walked in my very small town and they're like, oh, you still live here? And I thought you moved years and years ago because I haven't seen you. And it's like, that's because I live in my house. And we just haven't bumped into each other, right? But I look at my life and I go, it's so fulfilled. It's so great. And every time I am tempted to feel like there's a part of me missing or I need to do something else with my life, I'm an artist. I should be selling my paintings across the world and and stuff like that. Every time there is a part of me that questions and I give it even the slightest bit of thought, I'm like, okay, in what way am I not being served? In what way am I missing out? Because all of those things, they're what my husband calls blue skying. You can be in a position in your household, living with your kids, homeschooling your kids, preparing them for life. And if you don't have the proper mindset, you can blue sky about what my life could have been if I had done something different, or if I've chosen something different, or what if I put them in school next year? What does my life look like? And every single time I do that, I'm like, I, again, even if the best possible case was true, I got in with a gallery and the gallery was selling my artwork for hundreds of thousands of dollars. um, I know it's not very likely, number one. Number two, I would feel like I am being pulled in so many different directions. My energy is I now I have to paint. I have to put in this much amount of time to paint to make more paintings. I have to like there's so many things. That blue skying can turn real cloudy and stormy really quickly when I think logically about what could happen in that dream scenario. Or what if it doesn't, if it's not a dream scenario and I'm just working at the local hardware store? Am I more fulfilled than what I'm doing with my kids, preparing them for life? Talking about apologetics and making sure that they don't have the confusion that I did when I was, growing up and in school and going, what does this mean, God, that you say this and science says this? Like, there's so many times I have a more fulfilling job than I could ever imagine. Nothing is more worthwhile of my time and attention. Blood, sweat, and tears. Nothing is more fulfilling. And I look at it from the standpoint of my children. My children will look back on this time in their childhood and know me, and I know them. I'm not trying to fit relationship and wisdom and knowledge in the time I'm trying to rush them to school and rush when I'm trying to put them to bed and feed them supper. None of that is the case. And when it comes to the fact that they have a special needs brother, there's so much that they get to see and understand where they actually have a relationship with him, where I think if it was just those hours between home and school, I think there would be a lot of resentment because I wouldn't be able to spend as much time with them. And yeah, I have it all as a homeschool mom to all three of my kids, special needs or not. I have it all. And I am thrilled with the job that God has given me. And I just encourage you, if you're in a position where you're feeling like I'm not me anymore, find an activity, one activity. I go to choir. I sing in a choir, just a community choir, and I go in September through Christmas and then January to April. And I go and I sing, and I'm just Jamie. They barely know that I have children. They assume I do, but we're singing. We're not, and I can be me. And then I come back after a couple hours and I've had some me time. And I know that artistic part of me, that painter part of me, I do more in the summer, of course, but I know that if God wants me to be that selling artist, the great thing about being an artist is you don't age out of it. And so I know for a fact that one day that might happen for me, but I am happy and content to make sure that my children are my priority, and I have it all. I have it all. So I just encourage you today to, if you have a mindset issue, to change not just your perspective, but also find joy in it and thankfulness in it, because yeah, the investment that you are pouring out right now will prove to be worthwhile. It's a worthwhile transaction. I hope you're having a wonderful day. We will talk to you next time. Bye.